The Star-Spangled Banner. Back around 1970, I was stationed at Pearl Harbor at a submarine-base weapons shop in the U.S. Navy. The shop had its own calibration lab, which I, as an enlisted non-commissioned officer, managed. We were all on a 6-day duty rotation that meant I had to be on duty in the shop for 24 hours straight, despite weather, weekends, or anything else that might arise once every 6 days. On this particular Saturday evening, I was there on my 24-hour duty day. And as coincidence would have it, my shop commanding officer was celebrating his promotion to Lieutenant JG. Therefore, I was assigned to help set up for the party, which would take place in a large equipment bay, perhaps 50 feet by 100. The cement floor had to be mopped, waxed and polished, tables set up, etc. Since the shop PA system equipment was located in my calibration lab, one part of my duties was to plug it into a local radio station playing appropriate music. After completing the rest of the setup work, as a finishing touch, I set up the PA system and tuned it to an easy listening radio station suitable for senior officers and their wives. Picture in your mind something similar to the camp PA system in MASH. I then made myself suitably socially invisible for the duration of the party, alone in my lab. As the party commenced, a little later on, I found myself in the presence of said commanding officer, who ordered me to find a somewhat more lively and, with it, radio station. I was more than happy to oblige. I tuned the radio to the local hippie FM station. Remember that it's 1970, where the DJs often fell asleep or passed out between songs due to certain recreational chemicals. But they did play lively music like Santana, Janis Joplin, Led Zeppelin, etc. To put the exclamation point on this instance of malicious compliance, I then called the radio station, KPOI, whose call letters will forever be etched in my memory, and requested they play the national anthem by Jimi Hendrix. I peeked out of my lab just in time to see a gaggle of naval officers trying to decide whether to stand at attention and salute, or come after me with their ceremonial sabers. Cooler heads prevailed, and I was simply asked to find a more suitable station. I did later get a one-on-one with my commanding officer about malicious compliance, wherein I feigned complete astonishment that things went so wrong. That would have been hilarious to watch. I think like drunk commanding officers scrabbling to make decisions. Playing dumb and plausible deniability are meant for each other. Like peanut butter and chocolate. Like beer and pizza. Like beer and fishing. Like beer and hunting. I like beer. I remember when I was in the U.S. Navy stationed in Yokosuka, Japan. At 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day the national anthem would be played, and everyone on a weather deck all across the base would stop and salute the flag. This was made worse by the need to also play the Japanese national anthem as the host country. So about 8 minutes of standing at attention. What was funny was seeing people scrambling for a hatch to get off the weather deck so that they didn't have to stop what they were doing. The officers were the worst and had no dignity about doing it either. I once watched a commander push an ensign out of the way to get in front of him. They might not have saluted you, but I do. To write M-A-S-H, type M-A-S-H. Our military stories would like this, as would our MaliciousCompliance. I may have spelt the second diversity incorrectly. I remember my every 6 days duty shift rotation. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall to witness this. That I enjoyed Jimmy's rendition would have made it that much funnier to me. This is one of those times that I truly wish I had a time machine. Your story could have been about my dad, born 1930, Military career 19,481,989. And one of his promotions. Just off by a couple of years. I would love to hear what his initial reaction was. Circa 1970. And what he would have said about it after his retirement in 1989 as an 06. My dad loved music, and it would come as no surprise to me that he probably appreciated Jimmy's Woodstock rendition. Our national anthem sucks. Oh, you don't think it sucks? How many of you have it on your iPod? Late October into early November 2001. My unit was at Camp Smith, 40 miles north of NYC, mobilizing guardsmen. A TV in the corner was showing the pregame when the national anthem started playing. My supervisor and I snapped to attention while the rest of the hall followed in a slow wave. It became Roach Motel as more soldiers entered, only to realize the hall was at attention.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.